Ukraine has always been the centre for money laundering and child trafficking. That's what Ukraine was, yeah? Prior to this war, prior to everyone flying up their Ukraine flags. That's what Ukraine is and has been used as by the elite for decades and decades. What do I think about it? It was orchestrated by the European Union and their expansionist ideas. So we started that war. Why did we start that war? Who's behind the war? We can go deep and down rabbit holes on all of this. Like I just see BlackRock have come out. You know who BlackRock, corporation, £100 trillion corporation, who receive, say they get 100 billion taxpayer. It's all taxpayers' money. It's all us funding it. They get 100 billion a year coming in from the American government to build weapons that no one needs. That are a ridiculous expense. They need wars. Yeah, they've always found ways for wars with Afghanistan, with Iraq, illegal invasions of countries to destroy them, break them down. And BlackRock have come in now because BlackRock are now doing the investment to rebuild Ukraine. You blew the shit out of it. You made sure it went to war. Yeah, you provoked a war. So in 2014, this is where I don't know if you looked at what's happened on January 6th in the United States, which is where over Donald Trump's election, people come out and protested Congress. And they called it what they called it? They said it was like a insurrection. So they said people attacked the government and they built it up as this big terrorist attack, which it wasn't at all when you look at it. They opened the doors, the police literally opened the doors and let people into the American Congress. So January 6th, 2014, armed militias supported by us overthrew a democratically elected government in Ukraine. Yeah, that was celebrated by all of our world leaders, the same world leaders, the Bidens, the same world leaders that are wanting to lock people up for walking into Congress and calling it an insurrection, all clapped and applauded what happened in 2014 in Ukraine, and they called it democracy. And then what happened is once they gained power and they outed the democratically elected government, they then launched a civil war, which Russia, even if you look now, yeah, so the areas that have gone Donbass and these areas, even in 2012, they have always elected pro-Russian. People speak Russian. They are Russian, yeah, in those areas of Ukraine. When the new puppets come in control of Ukraine, which was all about getting the European Union, they want NATO there. Yeah, that's all it's been about. It's about bringing Ukraine into the EU. It's about NATO. It's about destabilization of Russia. It's about getting rid of Putin. And who's behind it all? I've just watched what's happening. It frustrates me so much watching. I think 60 Russians were set fire and burned alive in one day. Yeah, they set fire to them all. No one ever faced prosecution for it. All these things were going on. They outlawed speaking Russian. The racism against Russians was encouraged and supported. So I watch all of this going on and think, and the whole time we're all flying Ukraine flags and celebrating it and saying that it's great, but basically, and all of our taxpayers' money, I think 100 billion has been given from America. Yeah, it's just used for money laundering. This war is used for money laundering. It was the cancellation, the looking at the world globalist view, seeing the world globalist view against the interests of the nation states. Against the interests of, I watched Donald Trump's speech when he went to Davos, and he basically told them that economics, he was focusing not on what globalism. So when I was looking at globalism, looking at what they've done, and then I looked at, and Ukraine really busted for me, because I looked at Ukraine and started looking at what they've done there. If we destabilise that country, you don't care about the Ukrainians in it. You've launched a war. When we say you've gone back on every agreement you had with Russia. Yeah? Every agreement, you've carried on pushing our forces closer to surround it, yeah, to surround the country. You have, and it's all, and why? That's what I kept asking. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And it's all to do with the banking and then